Hey guys, what's happening? This is my first look at Space Invaders. We will call it the remastered edition for the PS1. I believe it also came out on the N64 and possibly the Dreamcast, although I'm not positive on that. It's published by Activision. It was, we'll say, gussied up by Z-Axis Games, and it still I believe the property still belongs to Taito, but I don't even know if Taito's still around or if somebody owns them. They did a fantastic job of bringing some new elements to the Space Invaders formula. I believe, personally, that this is the definitive edition of Space Invaders. It's just really smooth, plays really well. I mean, obviously, it's not going to even tax hardware like the PS1. It just looks really good. A lot of fun. Some pretty cool power-ups. Each weapon, each level presents new enemies that will deliver different power-ups. It's obviously not a reinventing the wheel kind of formula. This is the same tried and true thing that Space Invaders has always done. The power-up system is pretty cool. With each new level on each planet, you'll encounter a I believe it's not each new level, it's the first 4, I believe. You'll encounter a new enemy type that gives you a new power-up. Once you kill 4 of them, you're able to use that power-up. On the planet Pluto, it's basic. It's vertical burst, horizontal right, horizontal left, and diagonal burst. Those are all pretty standard attacks. There's nothing on the first level that's going to even in solo is going to be too hard, even on hard mode. My girlfriend and I have sunk hundreds of hours into this. We have a blast playing it. We have a TV out in our gazebo, and we'll play this in the summer times, let the dog run around the yard and whatnot. But it is a blast to play in co-op. Probably one of the better co-op games that got overlooked on the PS1. This game came out in an era where all of the iconic arcade classics like Centipede, Pong, Asteroids, Missile Command, they were all getting sort of a new coat of paint. There was a Q*bert and a Frogger. All those sort of late 70s, early to mid 80s were all getting sort of a remastering, if you will, a fresh coat of paint and made to look better for the generation, the PlayStation and Dreamcast and N64. The Dreamcast is kind of a weird one because it came out at the end of the PS1 and N64's run, and the Saturn was all but dead at that point. So the Dreamcast, while it was considered to be part of the GameCube, PS2, Xbox generation, it was Sega trying to beat them to the punch. But enough about that. This is Space Invaders for the PS1, where this is Planet Pluto. I'm gonna do a little video on each planet. You'll see the different quirks and oddities that each planet provides. The aliens are pretty cool. It's got a passing story mode. You'll get an incoming transmission at the beginning of each level. There's nothing amazing here, but should you find this game at a rummage sale or a thrift store or a pawn shop, it's definitely worth the playthrough. If you've got kids, there's nothing violent here or gory here. There's no objectionable content. You can pop this in, play with your kids, and for people like my age that are in their mid to late 30s, it's a fun trip down memory lane. And I know there's a lot of people my age that have kids and whatnot, but there's also a lot of people my age that still have their PS1 lying around in a closet or PS2 lying around in a closet. Totally worth it. Just you can usually find this at a used game shop for $7 to $10, and it's worth the $7 to $10 investment. A lot of fun to be had here. Obviously you're not going to get anything graphically intensive. Well, this is our look at Pluto. We'll do all of the planets next. I can't remember if it goes in order. I do remember you finish up on Earth, but this is our look at Pluto, and we'll be back with another video next week on Space Invaders. We're calling it the Remastered Edition for the PlayStation 1. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.